Do you think that if America could see the photos of not just Sandy Hook, but all of these school shootings and unnecessary violent shootings, if we could see the shootings or see the carnage, would that make a difference in how Americans feel about gun violence?
I have to say, Oprah, gun violence is one of those issues that I think we are far away from the promised land on, because it's become such a cultural hot button issue. It's become wrapped up with people's sense of identity and the degree to which the country is divided. And some of this is a big rural-urban split, which, by the way, Michelle points out that, I remember when we were campaigning in Iowa, and sometimes you'd be out in the rural areas and you'd stop by some farm and you'd realize the farm's probably 15, 20 minutes away from the sheriff's office, and it's along a highway, and Michelle's like, yeah, I can see why somebody needs to have something to defend themselves, because if you call 911, you're not getting a quick response out here. And traditions of hunting and the cultural meaning of that, it's different. So it's gotten very polarized. I think unwinding that polarization around that issue is going to take some time. But I will say that was not only maybe the saddest day of my presidency, but when Congress failed to do anything in the aftermath of Sandy Hook was probably the angriest I ever was during my presidency. I was disgusted and appalled by the inaction. Because you had parents who had just lost their children sitting in front of senators and asking them for very modest, reasonable, approaches. This wasn't some radical agenda. They were asking for more effective background checks and other provisions to keep firearms out of the hands of disturbed folks. And it was all viewed as politics, as opposed to this human moment that we should have been able to respond to as a society.